Have you ever said to yourself, "I'm just tired," but deep down you wondered if it was something more? Emotional burnout and depression can feel eerily similar, but they're not the same. And mistaking one for the other can delay the kind of support you truly need. This story follows Amaka, a high-achieving woman who believed she was simply overworked until her world began shutting down in unexpected ways. Disclaimer: this conversation is a fictional dramatization. Always seek the advice of qualified medical professionals. Meet Amaka. She's 35, driven, dedicated, respected, a passionate teacher who used to light up every room she walked into. But now, most mornings, she finds herself sitting in her car, coffee going cold, staring at the school building she once loved teaching in, telling herself, just one more day. She opens a voice note to a friend. "Hey, sorry I haven't called. Work's just been a lot. I'm just tired." But she deletes it. Again. At school, she's quieter than usual. Laughter echoes around her, but she's not in it. A colleague checks in. She offers a smile, but it fades just as quickly as it came. At home, her daughter asks, "Mom, can we paint today like we used to?" Amaka doesn't even lift her eyes. "Not tonight, baby. Mummy's tired." But the tiredness doesn't go away. Not with sleep. Not with silence. She starts skipping calls, saying no to friends, and finds no joy in the things she once loved. She's not just tired. She's shutting down. That's when she reaches out and steps into her first session with Dr. John. Dr. John asks, "What does this tiredness feel like, Amaka?" Amaka answers softly, "It feels like burnout. I smile at work, but I'm not really there. Even rest doesn't help. I sleep, but wake up tired. I laugh, but it doesn't feel like me. I don't feel alive. I'm just existing." Dr. John responds gently, "Thank you for sharing that. What you're describing sounds like more than burnout. Burnout is often a response to prolonged stress, especially from work or activities that demand more from you than you can sustainably give. It shows up as deep exhaustion, emotional detachment, and a noticeable drop in productivity. With rest or the right support, people can usually start to recover." He pauses, then continues. Depression, on the other hand, isn't always tied to external stress. It runs much deeper. It's a pervasive feeling of disconnection. You lose interest in things that once brought you joy. Your emotions feel distant or numb. It follows you home, into the stillness of your own thoughts. It changes how you see yourself and the world around you. It's not just about feeling tired. It's about losing touch with who you are. Amaka, processing. "I didn't think it could be depression, because I'm still functioning," Dr. John says softly. "Many people think that. But depression doesn't always look like falling apart. It doesn't have to be loud or dramatic. Sometimes, it's the quiet unraveling of everything you once held together. Still showing up, performing, keeping everything intact, while you slowly lose yourself inside." Amaka asks, "So what do I do now?" Dr. John replies, "We take it one step at a time. First, we name it. That's what we're doing now. Then, we treat it with compassion, structure, support, and medication if needed." In the subsequent sessions, Dr. John guided Amaka to recognize her emotional patterns, encouraging her to track her energy levels, observing what drained her and what helped to replenish her. Establish healthy boundaries, teaching her that saying no isn't selfish, but rather an act of self-preservation. Reconnect with herself, finding moments of peace through journaling, short walks, and quiet reflection, creating space to simply be. Dr. John let her know, coping doesn't mean pretending everything's okay. It means finding tools to hold yourself through the hard moments. It's okay to rest before you break. It's okay to feel heavy and still move gently. Dr. John helps her spot the difference between emotional burnout and depression, and teaches her to be kind to herself in the process. Amaka isn't better overnight, but now she understands. Burnout and depression are signals. Your body and mind asking for care, not shame. You deserve support. Amaka is still healing, still learning, but now she shows up differently. She makes space for herself, listens to her body. She says no when she means it, and says yes when she's ready. Because healing doesn't always announce itself loudly. Sometimes it looks like a quiet boundary, a return call, or a real smile that doesn't disappear too quickly. Here's your reminder if you see yourself in Amaka's story: the exhaustion that never lifts, the joy that doesn't return, the numbness you can't explain. That's not weakness. That's a signal, a message from your body, from your mind. And you deserve to listen. Talk to someone. Ask for help. You don't have to wait until everything falls apart. You're not lazy. You're not weak. You're carrying more than most people know. And you deserve support that meets you where you are. Healing doesn't always shout. Sometimes it's just a quiet, steady choice to start again. And you're allowed to begin whenever you're ready.